G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a closer look at the 2023 KTM 390 Adventure, a bike that promises to be light, capable and surprisingly versatile. But is it really the right adventure machine for you? Stick around because I'm going to break down the specs, highlight the standout features and give you a feel for whether this little KTM deserves a spot in your garage. At the heart of the 390 Adventure is a 373 single-cylinder 4-stroke engine producing 44 horsepower. It's paired with a 6-speed gearbox and an assisted slipper clutch, which makes gear changes smoother and keeps the rear wheel planted under hard downshifts. KTM has also included street and off-road ride modes, so you can tailor the power delivery to the surface you're on, whether it's sealed roads or loose gravel. Underneath, you've got KTM's classic steel trellis frame, keeping things rigid and responsive. Suspension is handled by WP Apex 43mm fully adjustable forks up the front and a fully adjustable WP Apex monoshock at the rear, with 170mm of travel in the front and 177 in the rear. It's clear KTM designed this bike to soak up bumps and handle light off-road work without breaking a sweat. You can even choose between cast wheels or heavy-duty spoked wheels, with a 19-inch front and a 17-inch rear setup. Braking power comes from a 320mm front disc with a bi-bray 4-piston radial caliper paired with a 230mm rear disc and a single piston caliper. Safety is a strong point here too, with cornering ABS and lean angle sensitive traction control. Impressive tech for a bike in this category. Now let's talk practicality. The seat height sits at 855mm, that's about 33.6 inches, which might feel tall for some riders, but it gives you a commanding position on the bike. Ground clearance is 200mm or 7.8 inches, which is plenty for rough tracks and uneven terrain. As for weight, the 390 Adventure comes in at 159 kilos wet, or about 350 pounds. Light enough to keep it manageable, even off-road. Fuel range is always important on an adventure bike, and the 390 carries a 14.5 litre tank, or about 3.8 gallons, giving you solid mileage between fill-ups. Depending on factory fitment, you'll either get the Metzeler Tourance tyres for road-biased riding, Continental TKC 70s if you want more dual sport versatility. The cockpit is well thought out too, with a digital display, trip computer, shift light, and if you're into navigation, KTM's KTM Connect app adds optional turn-by-turn directions straight to your dash. So one thing I notice if you're in road mode and you're coming out here onto the dirt, it won't let you flick the tail out because the traction control sort of stops you. So I'm thinking that you got to make sure you change to off-road mode when you come off-road. Not that this is like hella off-road, but so hit set, ride mode, hit set, off-road. And we'll go back, motorcycle, ABS, off-road. There, now we should be able to have a bit of fun.
Yeah, it's quite zippy, and once you're in off-road mode, it'll let you have a bit of fun. So yeah, it's quite good.
So this lightweight adventure bike has all the bells and whistles you could ask for, and with a price point of around 8,000 Australian dollars out the door, it makes a compelling argument in its class. It's comfortable, reliable, capable, and has just enough power to make you want to keep twisting that throttle to feel the smooth power delivery as you climb through its silky smooth 6-speed gearbox. Now let's get back on the road.
Alright guys, so we know this little beast is very nimble and light, under 80 k's an hour, so we're going to go and hit up the highway, do a quick run down there and see how easily she gets up to 100 and how easily she sits at 100. Alright, jump on the highway up here, hopefully we can stretch her legs and get her up to 100. Try to let a few of the cars go, even though there's a massive truck behind me. All right, let's see how she pulls. So she'll get up to 100 in fourth. Pretty easily. Now we'll just click her down to 6th, 5th, see how she pulls. Yeah, not bad. I feel like the speedo's out a little bit. So 6th gear, just above 100, we're on about 5,400 revs, and there's not, it's bugger all vibrations. There's nearly no vibrations. That's really nice, really impressive for such a light bike. I am getting blown around a little bit, but I think that's to be expected with a bike of this size, but feels stable enough. We'll jump off up here. And I could still got a little bit to go there, which is nice. Yeah, you could easily cruise here all day. Doesn't feel rattly, doesn't feel unsafe, feels very nice and planted. enough power. So yeah, if you were wondering, because it's a 390 and it's 44 horsepower, it's got enough to play on the highway. There you go, just gear it down and up to 110 from nothing. Very impressive. So we'll jump in and we'll check out what other options you have in this class. So we'll go and check that out.
Before you make up your mind though, let's quickly look at some bikes that give the 390 Adventure a run for its money, each with its own strengths and trade-offs. Triumph Scrambler 400X. If you like the look and feel of classic scramblers, this one gives a more retro look. It won't beat the KTM on suspension travel or hardcore dirt, but for road plus light trail use, it's a strong style statement. Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. A great pick if comfort, long mileage and relaxed riding are priorities. It may be heavier, but it tends to excel at touring and handling rough roads gently. BMW G310 GS. This is for riders who want something lighter, easy to flick around, maybe less trail chewing, but more forgiving in traffic or city, plus weekend escapes. The Honda CRF 300L Rally. If your adventure includes a lot of rougher technical trails, this is worth your attention. Less power maybe, fewer bells and whistles, but happier where things get rough. And of course the Suzuki DRZ 4S. Rugged simplicity, fewer electronics, more mechanical purity. If you care about being able to work on it easily, savage terrain, or just less to go wrong, this may appeal to you. But if you're a KTM fanboy, you may want to take a look at the 2025 model Adventure R and Enduro R, especially if you're planning on being more off-road oriented. KTM 390 Adventure R. The Adventure R takes the already capable 390 platform and dials it in for tougher terrain. For 2025, KTM has given it upgraded suspension with longer travel, more ground clearance and off-road focused geometry. It's still lightweight and manageable, but the R models leans harder into dirt performance with rally-inspired styling and proper protection for rugged tracks. KTM 390 Enduro R. The Enduro R pushes things even further into the dirt. Think of it less as an adventure bike and more as a street-legal enduro machine. With serious suspension travel, aggressive off-road tyres and stripped-back design, it's made for riders who want to tackle technical trails and single track without hauling around the weight of a big bike. So whether you lean towards the more balanced versatility of the 390 Adventure R, around $11,295 right away, or the trail-focused aggression of the 390 Enduro R, about $10,695 right away, KTM's 2025 lineup makes sure that their fan base has a serious lightweight option for whatever kind of adventure you're chasing. So what's the takeaway? If you want maximum tech, highway comfort, and a capable all-rounder, the 390 Adventure still looks pretty excellent. But if your priorities shift, more off-road, more simplicity, more rugged touring, or just handling, styling, or seat height, some of these alternatives might beat it in your case. So, should you buy the 2023 KTM Adventure? Well, if you're after a lightweight adventure machine with premium features, strong safety tech, and the ability to switch between tarmac and trails, it's definitely worth a look. It's not going to replace a heavyweight tourer for long distance, two-up travel, but for solo riders wanting a mix of fun, practicality, and capability, this KTM makes a very strong case for itself. I really hope I've given you some solid info on the KTM 390 Adventure, along with a few other bikes in the same class that might be worth checking out. At the end of the day, choosing the right adventure bike is a personal decision. It comes down to your riding style, your budget, and the kind of adventure you want to take on. Now yes, KTM has had a few minor issues in the past, but honestly, that's true of just about every brand. What sets KTM apart is that they've listened to the riders, improved the platform and really stomped those problems out. When you're looking at a premium brand like KTM, you can take refuge in the fact that they've been building and developing bikes for decades. That heritage, that racing pedigree, and that commitment to innovation all come together in bikes like the KTM 390 Adventure. And I don't see that slowing down anytime soon. In fact, I think we'll see KTM push the boundaries for a long time to come. So if you've been considering one, hopefully this video has given you a bit of clarity on whether the KTM is the right fit for you, or whether one of its competitors might suit you better. Either way, the most important thing is getting out there, exploring, and enjoying the ride, because that's what adventure riding is all about. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps me out and lets me keep making more content like this. You can also follow along on Instagram and TikTok at Ride Road Dirt, where I share behind the scenes stuff, ride clips, and a bit of day-to-day two-wheeled life. Thanks so much for watching, ride safe, and as always, I'll catch you in my mirrors.